Wrestling has more than one royal family.
Woo, woo, woo! You know it!
You actually think you deserve a shot at this? You don't deserve buddy. You couldn't provide ice cream if the Dairy Queen, Carvel, and Cookie Puss drove an ice cream truck straight up your ass.
You should be ashamed I'm a part-timer, because I can do this part-time better than you could ever do it full-time.
This ain't no disco. Ain't no country club either. This is the 3 Count Thursday podcast. So let's go, baby.
Scissor me, daddy! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Hello, everyone. Welcome 3CT. We are live. It is Thursday, November the 30th, 2023. We're glad to be back with you for another one. And if you are joining us live, give us a like and a share. We would certainly appreciate that. Get as many people in here and interacting with us as possible, whether you're on the YouTube feed, the Facebook, or the Twitch feed. You can interact with us live, and we certainly would appreciate if you do that. Reminder, you can head over to 3countthursday.com. That's where you'll find our Wrestler of the Week, our merchandise link over at tpublic.com. You'll find our social media links and much, much more. And we certainly appreciate the support as always. And welcome in, everyone. We are back after a week away from the live show, but hope you had a good holiday and a good week off. Let's go around the room. Tim.
You all right, Phil? Boys, I'm doing great. I can't complain. We had a fantastic premium live event. We had an equally okay Raw. And somebody said the F word on cable. I'm thrilled.
Go fuck yourself.
Matt.
You all right, Phil?
Doing well. I'm tired, but it's Thursday. I'm here to talk wrestling. Mark's not, I guess. Didn't invite anyone to celebrate the tree lighting, which I'm either. So
Yeah.
I kind of put a damper on the whole mood to start off the show. But I guess we should be used to it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we could have just gone live from the tree lighting ceremony in mildly okay Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. But,
Yes.
Mark?
You all right, Phil?
I'm okay.
Are
I
you
was at the Christmas tree lighting. The Christmas tree lighting. And Big Jim, I'm sitting there thinking, the snow's coming down, Big Jim. Christmas.
No,
I
it's
was
not.
watching it fall. Christmas. Lots of
Mute
people
him.
around, Big Jim.
Get him off. Stop it.
Jim, please come home. The church bells in town are ringing in song, full of happy sounds. Big Jim, please come home. Big Jim, they're singing Deck the Halls, but it don't feel like no Christmas at all. Because I remember when you were here and all the fun we had last year. Yes. Yes, but I'm good. I'm real good. It's going to be a great week. Why is everybody so tiny? I can hardly see you on my screen.
I've
I'm
lost
having all
some weight.
kinds of problems.
Yeah, we've all lost weight, Mark.
You're
thanks
eating
for
the
noticing.
turkey.
Ryan.
You all right, Phil?
Not anymore.
I'm sorry, Smoke. Happy birthday, Mama Smokey, wherever you are.
It is Mama Smokey's birthday. But god damn it, Mark, you just ruined my night.
No. Why don't you get in the Christmas spirit?
Yes.
No. Why don't you get in the Christmas spirit?
Yes.
You're nothing but a Grinch. You're not Smokey Bear. You're nothing
No,
but
I was
a
fine.
Grinch.
I was a happy, ready for the holiday Smokey Bear, and then you had to butcher some fucking Christmas lyrics to start our wrestling podcast for 4.5 minutes. Everybody else is like, "Hey, I'm good.
No.
Move on. Hey, I'm good. Move on. Hey, I'm a little tired, but we're having a good time. Move on." Mark has a fucking soliloquy. It's bullshit.
I love it.
Smokey,
I
I
love
think
it.
perhaps you may end up on Santa's naughty list. I'm sorry if that upsets you. It's not too late to change your ways.
I hate him.
It's
so
the
much.
worst. The worst. Like what? Why?
Every friend group needs a Mark.
You're not
Because
lying.
It's the one person that the other people in the friend group can go, fuck that guy. We
Yes.
never have to worry. We never have to worry about it being any one of the rest of us.
Nope.
It's always Mark.
Yeah, we always know who it is.
It's always Mark.
We always
Whether
know.
it's Hodecker's celery or Shoofly pie, whoopie pies, or God knows what else.
Yes.
And
Steve
just-
Balls.
The
now
dog
that
in
dog's
the background.
Dog's upset. Kirby didn't get to go to the tree lighting. He's very upset.
I have a perfectly acceptable dog. Doesn't do that shit.
Sure doesn't.
Nope.
Nope.
Never hear Tim's dog.
Well,
Tim's
never
dog
heard
has
it.
been on the
No.
show. We've never heard it once.
Yep.
I didn't know
Because it's a
Tim had
puppet.
a dog.
How did you not? He has held the dog during the show, Mark.
Yeah, Pepper, right?
Pepper, yeah. Hold
Pepper,
on.
like Al
Pepper.
Snow's dog.
Yes.
My gosh.
Mark,
I was
Yeah, 10
doing
days.
great.
10 days until the gathering. For every misstep you make on the show, I'm dumping a Yoo-hoo down the drain before that.
Love it. Love it.
I had to
Sorry.
put a request into Arnold.
You got it.
Here's things that Mark does. So I'm in a trivia group chat for Mark, and Mark's like, "Hey guys, I'm not going to trivia. Trivia
what's
has
that like?
been canceled. They're not doing trivia." And then I find out Mark and his other gang are still at the bar out at Lucky Ducks. Did I get the invite to Lucky Ducks? No. Matt, you're in the group. Did you get the invite to Lucky Ducks?
I did not, and I honestly wish I wasn't in the group.
I'll take you out if you take me out.
Look, there's
Oh,
Pepper.
there's Pepper. Hi,
Pepper's
Pepper.
quiet. We never hear Pepper.
Pepper looks
Who's a
like if
good
Pepper
girl?
were to bark, Pepper would just go, "Ah!"
Hi, Pepper.
Pepper, what do you have to say? What do you have to say? Here's the mic.
That thing looks terrified of the microphone.
It's horrified. It's like Mark's dog whenever he starts to what's the thing he does where he starts where he gets the
Shove
dog's
the
covered
thumb
in
up the
fur.
dog's ass.
Well, that
Covered in
when
fur.
Mark starts the sentence covered in fur, the Indy's eyes get really
A thick fur.
She's covered it. She's got it. Both animals are covered in what can only be described, Jim, as a thick fur. Thick fur. I got a white dog. I got a black dog. I got a young dog. I got an old dog. I got a girl dog, and I got a boy dog.
I hate it so much already. I just
Like I said,
That's
every
beautiful.
friend group needs
Everyone.
a Mark.
That's one Yoo-hoo down the drain already.
Oh, my gosh.
Matt, just make sure you save the last one for as he's walking in the door, and then you just squeeze that box.
You're a monster. You're a
I
monster.
want to see your loving daughter dump that last glass out. Actually,
Oh my God,
I could do that.
She'd do it for her daddy.
she would do it.
That-
Yeah,
She's a
she
good
would.
girl.
best.
Do
I know
not say
she
that
would.
again.
Right. Oh, this show's already gone. We're
Oh
already.
my gosh. She'd do it for her
Um,
daddy. You know, Lauren wouldn't dump out you, your loving wife, when she'd come to my aid, Matt. I just know it.
No.
No.
I don't believe that.
No.
And I've been purchasing some candies for your wife for the Christmas exchange as well. So I found
So
some
love it.
Halloween bags that were on clearance, so I plucked these out for her. So
Wait, they. I was going to say. At first, I
thought you
thought
might
you
have
meant
found them
they
in the
just had
trash.
bags of banana Laffy Taffy, and I'm like, what?
No.
Like what
No.
store? No.
Banana
Um,
Laffy Taffy.
All
Big
right.
Jim, how are you?
talk
I
about it,
am
Jimmy.
happy that I only work a half day tomorrow. That's the way this week has been going.
Oh, you got the half day.
I
Smart
got
move.
the half
Smart
days
move.
tomorrow. I'm ready to start the weekend. Oh, and I'm great because CM Punk is back in the W. Did you guys hear? CM Punk is back
No.
in the WWE. Old Pepsi Phil.
I don't know who that is.
Phil from Chicago. Phil Brooks.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
Never heard of him?
CM
I
Rump.
thought you were going to say that you're great because your football team's 10-1 and punched their tickets to the playoffs.
The Eagles have not punched their ticket to the playoffs, Ryan. I mean,
Jim.
Yes.
you could just go to the standings and see if they've clinched a playoff spot.
You're going to argue that, but not the 10-1 part. Is that?
I mean,
is that
they are.
accurate?
The Eagles are 10-1. I can't argue.
10-1. Is that what you're going to say? Okay, I was just.
The
curious.
Eagles are 10-1. Yes, they are
Just
10-1.
curious.
That is a
All
fact.
right. I cannot wait to watch your attitude slowly depreciate throughout
I'll
this
say
entire show.
It's ready. It's getting ready to turn here in a couple of minutes, I'm sure. But it'll happen. You're right, Scotty. They did say that on the broadcast, but that's why you don't always listen to the guys on TV because they were wrong because the Eagles didn't clinch a playoff spot yet.
So you're gonna sit there and chastise your idol, Tony Romo.
Look, man.
Unbelievable.
I
No
think
loyalty.
sometimes Tony's got it wrong.
Where is the loyalty
Here
with Tony
goes.
Romo?
I mean,
There's no loyalty
didn't
on
wanna
this show. Fucking
s-
Devin was 10 minutes late. Thanks a lot, Devin.
Devin, you know what time we start.
yeah.
You know,
Bridge is
for the
upset.
first time ever, I can confidently say Devin is the smartest of all of us because he missed all of Mark's bullshit.
That's true.
That's
That's true.
fair.
Devin did it right
Wow.
this week.
Next week, we're going to
Nailed
show
it.
up for the first 10 minutes. It's just Mark, and he won't know what to do.
Just
poor
only
Devin.
Mark on the screen like
I'm
ah,
sorry, Devin. Devin came out to the Christmas tree lighting with me. We had a good time.
Oh, somebody got an invite. That's great.
Yes.
Um,
we brought mittens and it was a
Scotty,
good
April
time.
Fool's Day is not today. Because
Mittens. Is that what?
because the
never
words
mind.
"the best" and Kirk Herbstreit do not
Mittens?
ever belong in the same sentence. Just for the record. But
Mittens. Didn't you have a cat named Mittens when you were a kid, Smokey?
No.
Mittens. Mom,
Just
can I get
no.
some treats for Mittens?
Just a hard no.
Ryan is so over Mark shit
No.
tonight already.
My
He's
cat
just-
had a stripper name. Her name was Misty.
Oh.
Coming to the
Misty.
main stage, it's Misty.
Yeah.
All right. Scotty asked Mark, did you see that the Christmas tree in Washington, D.C.
I hate
fell down
everything.
because of wind?
I did not see that the tree fell down, but I did see that tree over in Rehoboth snapped in two as they
Yes.
hoisted it up. And then I saw the queen herself, Darlene Love, singing "Baby, Please Come Home" along with Cher. Cher sang backup in that song when it was originally released back in 1964. Are you serious?
And she was 37 then, right?
Yes. Phyllis Diller was still a Girl Scout back then. Who? I said Phyllis Diller.
Dude, that Rockefeller or whatever the hell it was, tree lighting had the oldest of people ever on that show. You have Cher, who looks like a Barbie
Cher.
doll now because there's so much plastic. You have Barry Manilow, who's 80 but looks 16.
Yeah. He can't
Could they
smile
have
without
not
you,
signed
Smokey.
anybody younger? The old guy that's married to Catherine McPhee, he was there.
Yep, he's about 109.
Yeah, he is. She's 39. Weird.
Yes. At one point during the show, he put his false teeth in backwards and started eating himself to death, Smokey.
Unbelievable. I hate this so much. God damn it.
You literally engaged
Yeah, I feel
him
like
in
you
this.
can only blame
That's on me.
yourself.
This is on me.
You brought up his favorite topic, people
Yes.
his age.
Yes, absolutely. I can't believe
Yeah.
Catherine McPhee fell for that old coot.
What? Never mind. Let's move on. Yeah, I feel like let's just no. I mean, the news of the world, I feel like we already know. I mean, it's been the news of the wrestling world all week. Survivor Series on Sunday. CM Punk returned to WWE. So let's talk about it. I know Ryan and I discussed it. Yes, you, Ryan, Yeah, are you confused? I didn't call you Smokey. Is that
No,
Is
I
that why
didn't know
the-
we discussed it. When did we discuss
Oh,
it?
smoke.
we did? We did a podcast.
Oh,
on
yeah,
Sunday.
we
yeah,
discussed it.
right
Yeah.
after the
I'm sorry.
the PLE on Saturday. We jumped on here and we talked about it, but we didn't have a chance to talk with Mark and Tim. Fucking blooper. And Matt about it. So let's open it up. Let's talk about the return of CM Punk. Obviously, we didn't get to talk about the promo on Raw when we discussed this on Saturday. So let's jump in, boys. Who wants to give their thoughts on it first?
Well, for those who didn't listen to Tuesday's show or the impromptu Saturday conversation, what did you and Ryan say?
Biggest return of all time.
I mean, it was a pretty awesome return. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think it was a lot of it was just the kind of holy hell, did that actually just kind of happen? Like, I think that was just the tone of it. I mean, a pretty good Survivor Series show as a whole, but overshadowed by the moment that we never really saw happening. Just kind of holy hell, did that happen? And where do we go from here? Was kind of my my thoughts on it when we were talking about it on Saturday.
That was after Jim spent 3 hours deleting all the disparaging tweets he had sent from the 3-count account about Phil from Chicago.
Yeah, go ahead. Look up Pepsi Phil on 3 Count Thursday. You ain't gonna find anything.
Yeah, it's
You'll find nothing.
it's all been scrubbed, man. It's all been scrubbed.
That was probably the worst part. I'm like, Jim, are we gonna record or what? He's like, hold on.
Hold on, I gotta
hold on.
I'm working. There's a
scrubbing.
lot of
Why
tweets
was I such
to
a
delete.
prick? God.
There's a lot of tweets to delete here. It's like
Man,
10
like-
years worth.
And Jim's really upset that he hadn't sprung for Twitter Blue so he could just replace CM Punk with Edge in all of those
Twitter
tweets.
Blue.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a
blip.
lot easy, but then I would have had to give money to Elon Musk. So
Yeah.
I'm
on
Money's
blip.
just not there.
thanks, Elon, you dick. Yeah, it just
Tpublic.com. Find our shirts. We need more money for Jim to go Twitter Blue.
yeah.
Twitter
Nah,
blip.
well, I don't think we'll ever go Twitter Blue.
I don't think we will either.
I'd
Twitter
rather
was dead
go- I'd
before
rather
that
go
happens.
Threads green than Twitter Blue. I don't know if that's a thing.
Threads
But
green.
I'm on blue.
Man, I thought
Twitter
it was perfectly executed. I convinced myself that we're probably going to see CM Punk return. Then I convinced myself we're probably not. And then I was like, all right, they're like really taking a long time with this posing in the ring thing. And then like Michael Cole gives a sign off or whatever, and we start panning out and we see the little guy over here in the corner, and I'm like, shit, that's it. Damn it, we're not. Kind of a holy shit. That's exactly like what had happened. I remember I kind of like leaned back in the chair, like, all right, I guess it's just not gonna, and like instantly sat up and like gave myself cramps. Because I did my first sit up in like 4 years.
how fat are we that we got leg cramps from reacting to Punk's
To
music?
CM Punk's music.
Smokey
That
did
was
the-
like,
Sit
wow,
up.
man, that was wow. That was,
Smokey-
I
First sit up since gym class.
yeah, Sunday morning I got the what the hell happened last night? I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, you guys got like super loud like watching that show, and I go, yeah, CM Punk came back. She's like, what the hell does that mean? I go, what do you
She
think?
was
it
watching so long with us too. I thought she was gonna make it the whole way through.
Yeah, she
I
tapped
really
out.
did.
She saw the big she missed the big moment.
She
It's
missed
like,
it.
CM Punk, don't you hate him?
It's like, no. I hate Phil Brooks in AEW. I don't. It's a totally different guy.
Isn't that Phil guy? And Jim raised his hand and he was like, hold on.
No.
No.
But yeah, it was. I think we had a pretty much a simultaneous reaction, as I think probably most people did. To be honest with you,
I genuinely wish it would have been recorded because I think it was a really genuine pop and surprise for the both of us in the room. I don't know about the other guys, but Jim and I were in the same room and we both reacted, I think, very, very surprised at it,
Yes.
which is great. I
Yes.
love that in 2023 I can still be pro wrestling surprised.
for sure. Yeah,
But the best in the world's back in the WWE, man.
He's back home. Smoke is what he
He's
is.
home.
That's what he said. He's
Home.
home. He's home.
How exciting! Now I'm
Um,
sitting here in the comfort of my own living room, and I seen the show coming in. I'm thinking, that Randy Orton really pacified the Chicago crowd. I thought they did a great job with Orton. The crowd they seemed okay with how things went, and it looked like it was over. I was just about ready to flip over to some Dua Lipa videos, and next thing I knew, CM Punk came out. Speaking of Dua Lipa, Tim, what do you think of that new song Houdini? I really like it a lot.
I fucking hate it.
You hate Houdini.
Yep.
You know what my mother said on Thanksgiving Day here? And I
Nope,
threw
I
her
never
out of the
met her.
house. You never met my mother,
Nope.
Margaret. Margaret said all Dua Lipa songs sound the same, and
I
that was
bet
going
she's
too
right.
far. No, she went too far.
Mm.
All right, that's it, Mom. You're out.
You're out. I
How
gave
dare
her
you
one-
besmirch the good goddamn name of Dua Lipa?
Kick
feel like
Marge
Mark
out on
threatens
Thanksgiving.
Kick his mom out on Thanksgiving every year.
Mark goes, "Hey,
Oh.
Mom."
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, well, you're not wrong. I kicked her out last year too for something. I forget what she said last year.
She probably asked to leave because there was Hodecker celery in the stuffing.
Yes.
She's like,
Boy,
"Wait a minute."
you can't go wrong with Hodecker
Yes,
celery
Ken.
in the stuffing.
Awful.
No.
It's trash.
If you truly give a
because-
damn about your guest or your family, if you give a damn about them, you would have went and got Hodecker celery and showed them you cared.
Show them that you can overpay for celery. That's all you showed them.
No,
Just awful.
no. If you want the
Just
best,
awful, Mark.
If
Mark,
you want,
get the hoe-
if you want the best crunchy water,
I was gonna say all celery tastes the same, Mark.
no,
It's-
you ain't had no
It
Hodecker
doesn't have
celery.
the strings. It's
Correct.
the
Ryan,
damnedest.
Ryan,
I'm
stop.
not saying it's worth $6
Ryan.
for a heart of
Yep.
celery.
Stop it, Ryan. You're
A stalk
encouraging
of
him.
celery. It
We
is.
talked
It
about
is. It is premium celery, if that even makes sense.
what the fuck is premium?
He ain't lying. You know,
Can
now,
we
Tim,
get a
think of it as-
premium celery shirt? I think
yes, premium celery. Think of Hodecker celery as the Pinocchio of celery because it ain't got no strings. It ain't got no strings to tie me down or something else and something.
Because every
else.
time you say that it's the best, your nose grows.
No. Yes.
It's made by an old man with crappy glasses. I don't know. Like, what else do you
You
want?
want-
Well, I think Mr. Hodecker had passed away years ago, Tim, and he now fixes Hodecker
Poor
celery with a step
Geppetto
stool.
Hodecker.
and now he's picking celery in hell.
I'm glad you said Geppetto because I was about to say Giuseppe, and I knew that wasn't right.
Nah, Giuseppe's
Oh,
he's still
Giuseppe.
working at Di Maria's. Giuseppe, Geppetto.
Tim and Matt, your initial thoughts on the return?
Go get a
Sam
monstro.
I was actually ready to turn the TV off. I was that convinced that we were done. So it was a very solid surprise for me. I don't know if it's the biggest return in history, like someone had tweeted, but I do think that it was a pretty solid overall surprise to have at the end of a very good pay-per-view in general.
Now we have found out that you woke your wife up from a slumber. You reacted that loudly. I think you're underselling how much
That's
you reacted.
That's not exactly what happened. I didn't react so loudly that she stirred because that wouldn't be a thing. I went and got her from the other room to bring her in to show her.
So she's a liar.
She is.
Oh my!
Wow.
She just
Just
doubled her
leave-
banana Laffy Taffies.
Please.
She gets
Triple
more.
it.
If she's chewing on those Laffy Taffy Smoky, she won't be able to tell lies.
Not your best work, Mark.
Just not. Mark,
It's getting worse.
that's 2 Yoo-hoos now.
Stop making that face. That's not at all what Lauren looks like or how she chews, for God's sakes.
Nobody
No,
chews
she-
like that. What are you doing?
I was just blinking
You
like
look
Doug
like
Costello.
Bret Hart trying to eat a fucking piece of
Come
gum.
on.
Oh,
Good
you know,
Lord.
he has to. He probably, does what you do with the olive Smoky.
It's hard for him to chew,
And you
so yeah,
stuff
he
a
just
little-
swallows the taffy hole.
His taffy hole.
Pile it into the taffy hole, please.
Into the taffy hole. Another one in the taffy hole.
I hate everything. I just I hate it so much.
It's so much.
You know, a nice yellow shirt over at T Public. Is there something about Banana Laffy Taffy would be a fun one? It had to be
You know,
yellow.
if only there was somebody on this dais that had real artistic ability who could draw a premium celery shirt or a banana Laffy Taffy shirt instead of just asking the Photoshop monkeys to make stuff for him. Like, I gave you only marks. I gave you Hershey Mark. I gave you Are You Serious?
Only
Fucking
marks.
do something on your own.
And 2 of those 3 were removed
Help
for
me!
violations.
What about Are
Let
You
me help
Serious?
you.
Oh, that was
Well,
Jim.
I mean,
Yeah, I say I did. Are you serious?
I'm saying we are the
The
three count
biblical
Thursday
we
you.
did it. Yeah,
The
yeah. 2 of those 3
royal
are
we.
gone.
Yeah, because I put a hit out on those.
Wait, which
and
ones are gone? I know. Are You Serious is gone. What
Are
was the
you
other one?
serious?
Hershey
and
Mark.
Hershey Mark.
The Hershey Mark got taken down.
Yeah, that Hershey reached out.
Oh, and what
took it.
about the Warner Brothers shirt? The Mark Hottenstein upside down shirt.
that one's
Is
still
that
there,
there?
I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's still out.
But Tim,
They ain't figured that one out
Tim
yet.
gave us that one. Yeah, Mark, draw
Thank
some
you.
goddamn celery shit.
Or the Send Mark shirt. I
Alright.
mean, we have how many fucking Mark
So many
shirts?
Mark shirts. So many. Devin says he
Wonderful.
loved the CM Punk return. He thought we weren't going to get it. He said he got chills. Charlie asked, "What is Mark?"
That's
rambling
because he got
about?
lightheaded.
Not only that, but he got so excited he broke the living room window.
He thought Stone Cold was returning.
His mother yelled down from the bedroom, "Did Stone Cold just make an appearance?" "No, sorry, Mom got excited. I broke the window."
So dumb.
God damn it!
I hate everything.
I don't even. What the fuck?
Oh my gosh, let's talk about it. I still can't figure out why you guys are so tiny tonight. I'm not gonna be able to see my rest of the week. I can't see Smokey if he's
Turn your
see
turn
them
your phone.
anywhere.
Turn your phone. You're probably aligned incorrectly.
Is that better?
Yeah. Can you see us better now?
yes.
Yes.
Good. Leave it just like
No.
that. It's totally normal looking. There's
is
nothing.
What does your shirt say?
Well, there's a possum on it, Smokey. Can you see the possum?
I saw an animal.
That's a possum, and it says, "That possum had himself some juicy juice, and that was okay."
Does it really say that?
Is that really what? Can you realign yourself and show me your
Yeah.
shirt?
Turn your.
Oh, for
Go
Christ's
the
sake.
other way, Mark. Jesus Christ.
That possum.
Yep. That's.
I can't reach the phone. Alex! Somebody!
The sound he made when that phone dropped. That needs to be our new
it
incorrect
scared me.
answer on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Indy's upset. Indy, get me the phone.
Oh my
Help
god.
me.
Oh, he's asking for the dog's help now?
Indy, help me. Help me,
Oh
Indiana.
man.
Oh.
Indiana. Junior!
He
Junior!
doesn't live with anybody named Junior.
Yeah. Nobody in that house.
Junior.
His
We'll
name's
reply
Junior,
to it
by the
later.
way.
Junior.
How do I get in the settings? Where is everybody? There is something going on. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
We just let
Yeah,
this
we
play
can't
out.
see you either, Mark. It's a black screen. I think
Yeah,
you
we-
pulled your.
Mark's doing his best
You pulled
John
the curtain
Cena
down.
impersonation tonight.
You can't see me. Hello. I can hear you, though.
That's fine.
Can you hear us, Mark?
I can hear you. The rest of the world hears you.
Oh my god.
And the people The people who knocked this phone down is going to hear from all of us soon.
All that to see your shirt.
Yeah, we could have just
That's-
taken him at his word.
What is
Yes.
that from? Is that music lyrics to a Dua Lipa? So what is that?
I wish I knew what it was from. I don't know, but I liked it so much.
Oh my god.
Oh, there you are. Hi, everybody.
And we're back.
I
So
like it so
you
much I
bought
had to
that
buy it.
ridiculous shirt for no reason at all.
I don't know what it means, but it's provocative, Matt. Nobody knows what it means.
I mean, it gets people talking, apparently.
Yeah, you talk about possums? I could talk about possums all day. It's North America's only marsupial.
Please don't.
That's why they carry their young in a pouch.
Now, Mark, we asked for topics to talk about on Tuesday, and you
Possums?
never offered up possum talk.
No,
Yeah.
let's do it next month or
Too
next
late
week.
now.
Say too late. I think we already have
Possum
We already
talk.
we
have
already have our Tuesday.
That's never too late, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to entertain this terrorist.
this clown show.
You're anti-possum, Tim, aren't you?
You caught me.
You're anti-possum.
They don't
Down-
carry
living
rabies.
down-
They're a very
Guilty.
good animal.
Guilty as
Southwest.
chizarged.
Wait, they don't carry
Maryland.
rabies?
No,
Actually,
I
no,
don't
they
think
don't.
carry
Jim.
rabies.
Possums almost never get rabies,
I always
and
thought
they can withstand rattlesnake bites as
Or
well.
maybe they can get rabies, but they can't transmit it.
I always
It's
thought
always,
if you,
it's always safe to have a possum in your yard. Like they're a good.
I always thought if
Yeah.
you saw one like during the day that it meant they were rabid.
Now you're thinking of raccoons.
No, I knew that about raccoons as well. I thought it was possums as well.
No,
Oh,
there's a
possums
topic.
I thought that was just
What
Daddy
stupid
Longlegs
animal
is-
fact were you told as a kid growing up that you believed to be accurate, and you found out later in
Owls.
life it's absolutely not accurate?
Wombats
I believe
poop
that-
cubes.
That is true.
Yes. I believe that
blew
owls
my
could not see in
fucking
the daytime.
mind.
Who?
What? I believe that owls could not see in the daytime. Owls. Who owls? What? Owls. Like Smokey's friend Woodsy. Give a hoot, don't pollute.
17 minutes later, Tim, how excited were you when you saw TM Punk? Oh my God,
CM Punk. Great
TM
question,
Punk.
Smokey.
CM Punk
You-
return.
You know, man, when I saw TM Punk show up, it was like a breath of fresh air. It was really great to see TM Punk.
They finally called up that
Wait,
Wookiee.
Yeah.
Really great to see
wait,
TM
to see
Punk.
TM Punk.
That
Poor
Wookiee from
Smoke.
NXT.
That just it's good to see the little guy just found his way. He made it.
He
through
was
the
lost from home for a
wilderness.
long time.
He's the voice of the
Look,
voiceless.
I
the best
I
in the
love
world.
CM Punk. I love CM Punk just as much as the next girl. Okay. I
Here
don't know
comes
if
the
I'm
Tim
into
Butt.
all this. I don't know if I'm into all this I'm home stuff. Like,
Don't you think that's going to play into the Rollins feud though?
oh,
Like-
for sure.
Right, I think that's the purpose of it. Is Rollins is out here calling him a hypocrite and this, that, and the other, and now he's coming
Hypocrite,
in
yes.
laying it on super thick. Like it's all going to play into that. I think.
Isn't that the
Right.
WWE's way of sticking it to AEW without saying AEW that when I was there it wasn't home and I was foreign and it wasn't right, but this is right, without ever having to say Tony Khan or AEW or
Mhm.
Jungle Kid.
Yeah, because
Jungle
what was
Man, her.
her? What was the line right after he said? What was right after he said "I'm home"? There was another line along. There was something else along those lines.
What at the very end that wasn't a part of the promo, but it was a part of the promo.
Not here to make friends, here to make money.
Oh no, I like that line as well. I gotta see if I can find it real quick. Maybe I won't be able to.
I think there's going to be a lot of cryptic words with CM Punk. I think
You
people
don't
sometimes
say.
we'll hear something along the lines of like him breaking through the glass, and things like that. But they're never going to come out and fucking say
I've got the
Shit
brass
like
ring in
that.
my back pocket. Is that the one you're
things
talking
like
about?
that. Jim wasn't
Yeah,
listening.
yeah. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. Something
Stupid
about
brass
having
ring.
Yeah, having the brass ring. But yeah, just a lot of those. Yeah.
Hey.
Subtle subtle thing, that he was mentioning AEW without mentioning them. Yeah, I absolutely.
I'd like to think the dog was just barking, and that was Mark's old deaf dumb dog, just realizing Mark got home 45 minutes ago.
Poor Kirby. He's staring at the wall, barking at it, and Indy's behind it, barking at him.
Oh my gosh. Poor
Kirby. Now he's embarrassed.
So your blind dog's barking at the wall. Your young Indiana Bones is barking at Kirby, barking at the wall.
Basically, I
That
think
is
she's
correct.
probably like making fun of him. That's even the
Absolutely
saddest
making
part
fun
about
of
it.
him.
She's
Like,
tormenting
check out
him.
this old guy.
Poor Kirby. He's a good boy.
So
Good old boy.
I did
Never
throw
mind,
out
no
a
The 3 count question of the week.
in relation to the return of CM Punk, and on a scale of 1 to 10, like how excited are you to see him back in WWE?
This is a 10 for Ryan for sure. I always enjoyed CM Punk. Some of it was because Jim didn't like CM Punk. That only made me like it more. But yeah, this is a 10.
Matt?
I never thought I'd see it. I
sorry.
really don't.
Yeah, I didn't think we would.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was just a yeah.
It's a 10 for me as well. I've always been a CM Punk fan, including his time with AEW. So excited to see what he does in these feuds.
Tim?
It is also a 10 for me. More so just kind of excited to see him back. Like, I knew eventually, like, the end game, it always comes back around for Punk, or it comes back around for everybody. Like, people forgot that Triple H was the one who mended the fence of the WWE and Ultimate Warrior. He was the one who mended the fence of the WWE and Bruno Sammartino. He was the one, like, he has this aura, or he has a track record of fixing things that maybe were broken at one point, right? Broken relationships, things like that. So it is super exciting to see where that goes moving forward. But yeah, long story short, it's a 10.
Do you think like Triple H being one of the boys versus Vince, a businessman, like if that's one of the bigger differences?
I don't think it hurts.
Or is
I
it
think
just he's not as slimy as Vince McMahon?
He's a different slimy.
That's
But-
fair. Everybody in business is slimy. That's a
Yeah,
good
I think what I really think it is I just think that, like, Triple
Some
H,
are cokey.
right? I think that like some of the wrestler, or Triple H can look at it as an actual fan, right? Vince,
Becky
I don't
Lynch.
think that Vince McMahon was ever truly a fan of professional wrestling, right?
Right.
I think it's one of the things that, like, he knows, right? He inherited his knowledge of promoting from his father. And, like, if his father promoted something else besides wrestling, then Vince would have been a promoter for that.
He promoted the circus. He would have been a circus promoter.
It would have been Ringling Brothers and McMahon brother,
The
like
McMahon
Ringling Brothers
brothers
and
and Bailey.
McMahon- Barnum and McMahon Circus.
Look at those clown doing a maneuver.
He's on the tightrope.
What a Maneuver shirt can be found over at tpublic.com. What a Maneuver. I think everything's on sale right now, actually.
I think everything's on sale for the rest of the
right.
Might be. So head over there, get your deals now. Mark, 1 to 10, how excited are you?
Yes.
CM Punk?
I am my favorite Pearl Jam CD excited.
Oh my God.
10.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not be a 10? Really? I mean,
I know. Why
I'm a
not?
10. I'm right there. I'm a sucker. I'm laughing it up. I really am.
How
Devin
excited
says
were
10.
you for the debut in AEW, Jim? Just curious.
I actually thought it was really, really cool. I remember Tim and I did a kind of reaction pod the day after.
Oh, about it too.
Yeah, I think I remember like we did a reaction pod the day after Tim and I that Saturday after the debut on Rampage, and it was really exciting to see him back in the wrestling world. It was. I know I had my issues with Phil. If you go back to the earliest days of 3CT, because I mean that literally was like not long after we started, would have been about the time that Punk had left. So I was hurt, gentlemen. I was hurt. He walked out on us. I was hurt.
He was hurt.
It's okay to be hurt.
Yes, everybody hurts, Jim.
Now he's back.
Sometimes.
It's okay. He's home. He came home.
Do you think we see CM Punk in the WWE if he didn't stop in AEW? Do we think the path back to professional wrestling could have just taken him through the WWE without ever stepping foot in the AEW ring?
I do.
I think so.
Outside of a Hall of Fame, because I think he's a Hall of Famer.
I think that's kind of the great unknown. Is I think eventually would have been a Hall of Fame situation, but I'm not 100% sold that he would have been back wrestling
As a wrestler. Okay.
As a wrestler, but I think with everything, and I think I don't know if I said it when we recorded on Saturday or if I just said it before we recorded, but like this, because of what happened in AEW and you know, the aftermath and the way that, you know, CM Punk, the person, the character, was kind of been treated by you know, the EVPs and a lot of the folks over at AEW. Like, I think this is kind of an opportunity for him to finish his career on, you know, on kind of rewrite the end. Because like if he didn't come back to WWE, the last wrestling thing we would have seen from CM Punk was him flipping the bird with the AEW title, you know, slung over his shoulder, walking out of Wembley Stadium. Like, I don't like, and maybe that's not a bad look to the end of CM Punk, the character. I think he always was kind of, you know, anti-establishment a bit, but like then when you find out about, you know, all of the aftermath and the fight and the stuff with Generic Jack and all of that stuff, like I think you want to rewrite the end of your career a little bit better than what it would have been had he not come back. So I think it helped. I'm not 100% sold if he would have been back wrestling with WWE without it.
I think at some point, you know, at some point, they all come back. Like, everyone comes back. I don't think that there was a single person who never went back to the WWE, except for, like, death, right?
Right.
Like, death aside. Like, I don't know. Like, even Larry Zbyszko, who I notably despise with my entire being, even Larry Zbyszko went back after breaking a child's heart in Virginia in 2004 because he wouldn't sign his video game WCW NWO Revenge because Vince Jr. won't call me the living legend. Even though the game wasn't created by Vince Jr., it's WCW, you still wouldn't sign it, you dick. Long story short, fuck Larry Zbyszko.
Long story short, Tim was that kid from Virginia.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
Yeah, but his son's name is Tim. I figured that out too. I mean, the person who went to get everything signed. Well, everyone comes back home. Everyone comes back to the WWE. Like WWE is the place. It's only a matter of time, right?
Yeah, and Matt, I know you alluded to my tweet about the Brett return versus the Punk return a little bit earlier, and because I saw like a lot of people tweeting about it, like which like never say never moment was bigger. To me, like I don't think it's even close that CM Punk's coming back is bigger than Brett's. I really don't, because like, look, Brett coming back and being on TV was something we never thought we would have seen. But a couple of years before that, he had already done the story of Brett, like his career retrospective DVD. Like he had already been a little bit back in the WWE realm. Like after he had his accident and the stroke, like Vince McMahon had reached out to him. So I don't think it was a huge as big as that big of a surprise. And by that point, he wasn't wrestling anymore, obviously. It was a tremendous moment. It was one of the things that really brought me back to wrestling. I hadn't been watching wrestling for a number of years regularly, and then it was oh, Bret Hart's coming back, well yeah, I'm going to tune into this Raw, and we've been off to the races ever since. But CM Punk's coming back and is actually going to contribute actively to the on-screen product weekly or I don't know if he's going to be out there every single week, but he's an active competitor. He's going to be in the main event picture. Reportedly, this is a multi-year deal. So as long as all sides stay happy, he's going to have more of an impact than Brett did. To me, that's why it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, a leaf falling from the ground from a tree has a more impact than Bret the Hitman Hart.
Right.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know if Brett's the right person to put here. I wouldn't put the Bret return being that, oh my God, never say never guy. To me, that's Eric Bischoff walking out on Raw. That's, oh my God, that's never going to happen. I don't put Bret in that spot.
Well,
again, it's not a competitor, but that's something Vince McMahon's laying down with the guy that tried to put him out of business. That's shocking to me.
I guess the big difference,
Ironside isn't doing it.
Right. I think the big difference, though, is that was Bischoff's debut.
Okay.
Whereas both Bret and Punk are returns.
Right.
I was looking at it as a never say never.
Okay.
I mean, there is one never say never that's never going to happen.
Right.
And that's the bro man coming back and not bro Matt Riddle.
Oh. I hope Bro comes back.
Bro.
Oh.
Bro.
I wouldn't put it past anybody.
Get out of here.
Vince
That's
Russo
never gonna happen.
Goes into the Hall of Fame, bro.
Bro. No.
Yes.
I honestly could see a Hall of Fame. I don't think he's ever
going to admit that he impacted enough to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying he didn't. I don't know anybody that's going to in the business is going to say that.
He was the head of creative at the time in which WWE was its hottest. End of story.
Yeah, no, it's not the end of story, because you wouldn't put Stone Cold there as a great thing in the hottest moment. So why would the writer be that great in that moment?
Because Vince Russo,
that's your logic.
Vince Russo is more responsible for Stone Cold Steve Austin being in the position as being the number one star of the Attitude Era, but he is also responsible for creating the field around Stone Cold Steve Austin that made him so great. With The Rock, everybody had something to do in the Attitude Era. Everybody was Val Venus, known porn star, was
known
a hot
terrible
to try-
human being. Val
known
Venus.
terrible human being Val Venus,
Horrible human being.
pet of the stink sheet, is even he was notable in the Attitude Era. So everybody was up, and Vince Russo had something for everybody. That's
Yeah.
why Stone Cold Steve Austin's not the greatest of all time, because there's 20 other guys there, an ensemble cast. They
Here's the thing.
were all
I
hot.
think if we get another New York, New Jersey WrestleMania,
I think we need a couple of more New York, New Jersey.
I could,
I don't know he's that soon.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how many more of those were. I mean, well, I mean, he's not the youngest guy either. So if you want to,
We got one at 29 and we got 34, 35.
35.
Sorry.
So I mean, 45-ish, 47-ish.
41 or 41, technically 6 years, but we're not going to go
Yeah,
back to
I'm still leaning into like Minneapolis, maybe getting one before New York does, especially with Philly being this year.
44, 45, probably.
Yeah, somewhere in there. I think this Philly one kind of replaces New York for a couple of years, but I could see him getting in a New York mania.
To answer the question, though, I think Brett is a bigger deal than Punk, because Punk left on his own accord.
Okay.
Punk was unhappy with how things were going. There was nothing that was enacted upon him during the program at all that was an outright breaking of his trust. Whereas, like, literally, Vince, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and others
Earl
concocted
Hebner.
the
Throw Earl under the
Montreal
bus.
screw job to literally forcefully oust Bret Hart and send him on his way.
Just do business the way business is supposed to be done, and then you don't have to be put in that box.
So, see, he was willing to literally like relinquish the title.
The
Now,
next
don't get me
day,
wrong. Yeah, I literally think you're talking to the guy who thinks that the Montreal screw job is still a work. I still think it's a work.
I think for CM Punk to come back, the WWE needed to heal and CM Punk needed to heal. For Brett to come back, Brett just had to lick his wounds and come back. Brett was the only one that hurt there. Not Vince, not the WWE. Brett had to swallow his pride and come back. The WWE had to give a little, and CM Punk has to give a little for this to work.
You don't think that the WWE had to come with a portion of contriteness to Brett? Yes, Brett had to heal, but it also had to come off the back of Vince McMahon saying, "Hey, I'm sorry," and Shawn Michaels having to say, "Hey, I'm sorry."
Well,
And,
Shawn
like,
found Jesus. Shawn was going to apologize anyway.
right, but I can't look, as much as I want to give credit to the God Man all the time, like, still there was crow that had to be eaten on both sides. But for the CM Punk deal, the biggest telltale sign was he went to AEW. Because he went to AEW, I knew the door was wide open for a WWE return. Because when Punk left wrestling.
Right.
When he left all of wrestling. When Brett left, he went to WCW. It wasn't because Brett didn't love wrestling. It was because Brett didn't like WWE.
Okay.
Punk ran away from everything. And then he opened his heart back to wrestling, walked in, and then when the one place that he was invited to come to AEW.
He was invited to come.
And then he was terminated from his contract, Where else is he? If he still has the love in his heart for wrestling, if that fire burns, where else is he going to go? You think he's going to get $1 million contract from Impact like Will Ospreay?
Apparently, Impact was ready to hand him big money, and then they went, "Oh shit, WWE is going to give him a lot more." Yeah, sorry, we're out.
Right, like Punk. If Punk was going to go anywhere, it was WWE.
Yeah,
but I can say that about everybody in AEW.
One, because that's the
Honestly.
thing too. Is like, you know, we can talk about business and feeling good and wanting to put things behind you. I mean, NDAs play a lot into that, I'm sure. But like if Punk wants to give a bit of a middle finger to AEW for what happened there, where better to do it than WWE, right?
Yeah,
I like going
I
to
don't know
Impact isn't giving a middle finger to Tony Khan and AEW. Like
No.
it's just not.
Well, is it though?
No.
Is it a bigger middle finger to go to the biggest show in town that's already beating AEW across the board in all metrics and then being the icing on the cake? Or is spitting in Tony Khan's face saying, you know what? I will happily go to the third wrestling promotion
And make it
in
the second
all of
best.
North America and going, you know what? I'm content here wrestling Josh Alexander and Moose and Eddie Edwards. No offense to any of those guys except
Right.
Moose. Like,
Get out the way.
right.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. I want to get caught up on a couple of the
Yeah.
comments here. Charlie says he's beyond happy to have Pepsi Phil back, if only for his fans that don't watch or know of AEW. They could celebrate his legacy that's been ignored. Devin says, do you think he's going to main event WrestleMania 40? We can touch on that here in a second. Michael says, what's this thing about Punk being a hypocrite thrown around? Should he not have a choice where he competes? I think it's the fact that, like, you know, he sued the WWE for unsafe working conditions. He cut a promo about not going back to the place that made him sick in the first place. You know, those sort of things. And I think that's where, like, the AEW or the never WWE fan side of this is saying Phil's hypocritical. So I mean, I can kind of see their point of view on it. In a way,
They make medicines for sickness.
you know, like I think speaking, yeah,
Is that how that song goes? Right?
Yeah.
That ACD? Yeah, is that right?
people
Yes,
forget
money
that we're
talks.
in a business here. It's the wrestling business.
Right.
People do forget that sometimes. Devin, I think, talking about big returns and kind of never say never moments. For him, he said it had to be Bray Wyatt coming back. We thought he wasn't coming back. Here, I think the Bray Wyatt situation was always very complicated because his release was separate of, like, a lot of those other releases. It kind of came out of nowhere. There was speculation about his you know, his kind of mental health and things after the passing of Brody Lee. And there was, I think, the Bray Wyatt release and then return and all of that. There was a lot of complex stuff there that I just don't think we're privy to. I hope and I don't know that we ever need to be. Like, I think just leaving Bray Wyatt in his return and unfortunate untimely passing, like, it's all part of this aura that is Bray Wyatt. But and Charlie brings up a good point. And this was another question I had, and we may just have to kind of glaze over the wrestlers of the week, and you may just go to 3countthursday.com, see the updated standings. But with Punk's return, and this was a question I saw on social media, and Charlie dropped it here in the comments. Are there any holy shit or never say never moments left in wrestling? Because, like, this was a big one. This was a big one that we thought we'd never see. To holy shit moments there are, but, like, these never say never moments, there's a one I have in my mind. I'll let you guys throw any out there if you think there are before I give mine, and maybe you have the one I'm thinking of. But are there any never say never moments left in this business?
Probably. I don't. I think they deserve a spot. I don't know if we'll ever see Demolition in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
I think that that's something that should happen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be shocked if it does, but I also won't be shocked if it never happens.
I don't know if it happens while they're alive.
That's fair.
That's a shame.
And
I
it's
think-
unfortunate, but that's fair.
Well, they do have they are a part of that active class action lawsuit about concussions.
yeah.
So WWE can't really
That
do anything.
doesn't help. Yeah. That doesn't
Yeah.
help.
Him
Yes.
and them and Raven and a couple other people who are like big, notable, not in the Hall of Fame names.
Was Kamala part of that? I know he passed away. But Kamala should be
Probably.
involved
I think he was. I think Chris Canyon was one in that as well, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, obviously his was probably a little more towards WCW, but since WWE owned them.
Yeah.
Well, who better than Canyon?
Who better?
That's
Better.
right. I think that there will always be another never say never moment. I just think we have to like see more wrestling to
Fair.
build those up because we're running out. Like for
Right,
me
like
now,
sitting here right now, because yeah, obviously, you know, as time goes on, and the longer AEW is around, I think it could lend itself to more of those opportunities. But sitting here right now, do you see any, Tim?
AJ Lee.
That'll
See,
be big.
Punk opens that door.
I feel like the door's open now.
I
so
think
Yeah.
it's going
I
to
do
be. I
too.
think it's going to be shocking if she's not in the Royal Rumble.
I sure hope she is.
I'll say that right now.
Right. Like,
I
that's-
really do.
Speaking of ladies, I think here's something we're never going to see again. Sunny driving a car.
Oh,
and for good
oh my
reason.
God.
Yeah.
You anything that I would say is like never say never is stuff that like is I guess it would be small potatoes at this juncture, right? Like AEW gets sold or like WWE acquires AEW or AEW acquires Impact or
Okay.
New Japan Pro Wrestling
Okay.
or something along those lines where it's a merger of companies after the fact. As far as like, it's tough to say a wrestler is going to be responsible for that because now we kind of live in a world where, because if you think back to like the times of wrestlers jumping ship and going to another wrestling promotion, that's also kind of during a time in which professional sports, the term free agent wasn't really
Right.
a thing in professional sports. Where now we're all used to this, for those who even tangentially follow sports, understand what a free agent is. They understand what bidding wars and like
Right.
things along those lines. So to say like an Okada going to AEW is being a never say never thing, or like I would think if anything, it would be another main WWE guy going to AEW, right? Like Tony Khan has John Cena.
So the one that
Like-
I kind of have in my mind, and Matt or Mark, if you guys have anything too, is John Moxley coming back to WWE.
Oh,
Is-
that'll
is-
Oh,
happen.
that's
Like,
yeah.
and I understand
It'll
that,
happen.
that the Shield, like I could, and this is aside the Shield, like is going in the Hall of Fame, but I think John Moxley coming back and wrestling in the WWE feels like the last of never say never moments, because I feel like even this week, like he is like because I know he said like you don't, I think he made a comment in an interview like you don't want to know what I think of CM Punk's return promo, which he admitted he didn't see, but like he's still very much anti WWE, and that's fine. Like I don't you know, but that to me it feels like a never, never going to happen.
If Punk signed a multi-year deal, we'll probably not see Daniel Bryan back in the WWE.
Yeah, probably not, because Wrestlers Court is apparently a thing that's alive and well in AEW.
Daniel Bryan comes back. Like everybody comes back. Everybody's going to go in the Hall of Fame. Like
I think we're talking about coming back to like wrestle.
Yeah, I'm
and I think you're going to be. I don't even know if these are like oh shit moments, but yeah, I think when Matt Cardona comes back as Matt Cardona in like a Royal Rumble, that's really fucking cool. Good for Matt.
That would be awesome.
That's awesome.
Right.
I think John Moxley comes back as John Moxley. I don't think he would come back as Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is dead.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Dean Ambrose wrestle anymore. Oh, cool. No. John Moxley's in the WWE. I don't think that's a holy shit CM Punk came back.
No, I don't think it's on that level. I also think it's a never going to happen moment.
That's okay.
Like I said, to me, besides the Shield going in the Hall of Fame, which I think will happen.
Right.
Someday, I don't see Moxley, even as Moxley, wrestling in WWE ever.
If they can keep a re-signing of Sasha Banks under wraps and Sasha Banks comes out and surprises us. The bitches, these journalists and the fucking dirt sheets ruin a lot of these surprises. That's why this CM Punk thing popped everybody.
That's why it
wasn't reported. It was day of. All the people are like, well, they may not.
I mean, literally on a dime. Literally last Wednesday, you had, Dave Meltzer and Fightful basically being like, this ain't happening.
But things can change.
There's quote us. They always throw that catalyst around so they can kind of be like, see, we told you so. But it was like, look, it's not happening. It will not happen in Survivor Series.
That's what we call the EJ of takes, Jim.
I don't think we ever see a McMahon in AEW. That's a never say no. Well, maybe. I don't fucking know. No. Never mind.
I can't imagine that would ever happen.
Charlie says an Omega, Bucks, or Elite trip in AEW or in WWE would be a holy shit moment.
I feel
that would be.
Yeah, it would, but it would feel very much like No Way Out 2002.
Yes.
The injection of lethal poison.
A dose of poison. And it's the NWO. And here comes Hobbledy Hulk and fucking Hulk. And just fucking
I'm going to use that Hogan font and make a Hobbledy Hulk shirt to go up on the site.
Hobbledy Hulk, dude.
Like, it would just feel at this point, by the time we would get to a point where we would get Kenny and the Bucks, they will have, some may say the Bucks are already washed. But then we will have also gotten to the point where Kenny is washed.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where my
I hope Triple H would bring them in as Generation Me.
Devin says, got a question for you. Did you guys know Edge was going to return to the Rumble in 2020? Absolutely not.
I cried.
No, that
Tim
was
sobbed. We were there with you.
Yeah, we were there. Tim fucking cried.
Cried.
It was emotional.
Yeah.
Here's my never say never. Here's my never say never moment. And it goes with it deals with Edge. When Big E
Shane
comes
McMahon.
back.
Oh, sorry. Did I ruin your moment?
No, because I got it out.
I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
Yeah, but when Big E comes back.
Okay.
I don't think he's ever coming back. At this point, I think Big E is done.
I could see him coming back on commentary.
No.
But I don't see him wrestling again.
Yeah, because it was even sad. I watched all of Raw and I was watching the tag team turmoil match, and I was watching the New Day part, and boy, nothing tells you that the New Day is 10 years old like the fans just not popping for the New Day.
Yeah, it's a bummer, man. It is.
It's a rotation, man. They had their time in the sun. They were the biggest shit
Yes.
ever.
It's all-
Bootios and just
Their
everything hit.
pancakes and
And everything hit. And then like Kofi Mania was literally like Kofi Mania was it. And then we got the residual of that with the Big E Money in the Bank turn, the Money in the Bank win, and the cash in on Bobby Lashley.
I wish we could have gotten. Bobby. I wish we could have gotten an Xavier title run, because I think he would have been fantastic with it. But I feel like because he had the Achilles injury then, and then just the
he
clock
would be
expired.
a guy. He's a guy who would absolutely need a Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
Absolutely need it.
Devin, I do see your comment there about a 3CT themed WrestleMania 40 logo. I was just thinking about that the other day.
Ooh.
That'll come probably after the Rumble
Ooh.
season.
The Liberty Bell logo.
Yeah. Once we officially launch into sign pointing season, we will
The Liberty Bibberty.
the Liberty Bibberty.
Liberty Bibberty.
Wrestler of the Week, I think we can skip. I think it's a collapsible segment. CM Punk, unanimous.
He was unanimous. Head to 3countthursday.com for the updated standings.
I'll give you the top five for the week.
There you go.
CM Punk at 1, the Creed brothers at 2, Wheeler Yuta and Randy Orton tied for 3rd, and Gunther at 5th.
A great showing for the Creed brothers on Raw, man. All of a
5
sudden,
stays the
tag
same.
team wrestling feels renewed in WWE. Thank you, Papa H. Can we
It's one tag team. How crazy is it sound that one tag team is standing out and the tag team division is revitalized?
I mean,
How
Devin,
sad.
Devin, the point to the point of the scorecard, we don't know yet. The PW scorecards had an issue with their unscheduled appearances.
Like none of them counted.
None of them generated properly, so they are still working on getting those corrected. Until then, there was no scorecard winner for the week. I think there was. I know I was in second, and I know I had Punk as one of my unscheduled. There was somebody 4 points ahead of me, so I
was so certain CM Punk was not returning. I did not put CM Punk as one of my
Punk.
unscheduled.
I
Yeah,
put
what a
Punk,
I
I
was
put LA
positive
Knight.
he wasn't.
Yeah,
That's
I didn't
as
feel that.
hard as I popped.
I had Punk on mine. Still, I still didn't believe that he was doing it, but I'm like, if he shows up and I don't put him as an unscheduled,
You're
like
kicking
I would
yourself.
I
just
bought
feel
more into
dumb.
the rumors of Los Lotharios getting called up with Santos that I put those two knuckleheads on my card
Did
rather
you
than
hear,
CM Punk.
Did you hear about who the real people getting brought in with Santos is?
Is it not?
No.
Umberto and
No.
the New Wolves or whatever they're calling themselves.
So apparently, in the Survivor Series pamphlet,
Wait, is it the Authors of Pain?
it's the Daddies of Pain.
Yeah,
Ah.
Akam and Razor,
Akam
baby.
and Razor
No
Ramon.
way. They're coming back.
Let's go.
Apparently they've been signed for a while,
Right.
Mark.
And they're all the
How
same
bizarre.
height. I'm excited.
Are they really?
No, but I think Akam is way shorter than everybody remembers, and Razor is the big dude.
The big one.
You know, it's a shame they
Daddy's
didn't do
Pain.
much on Raw. They were really good in NXT. I liked them a lot.
Who?
Yeah, I mean that happened to a
The
lot of
Authors of
tag
Pain.
teams when they got called up to Raw.
Yeah.
Mark.
Well, they got turned into the AOP. Like they dropped Authors of Pain. They were just called AOP. They took away Paul Ellering.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they were a full
Yeah,
hour.
they.
Yeah, Ellering
took
really
her-
added to them.
All right. Anything else, boys, for this
Yeah.
week? And that was pretty much that
No.
CM Punk episode, but
Well, it was fun. It was important.
it was pretty much the biggest news we've had here in quite a bit of time.
Tune in next
on the-
Tuesday. We have a show, I guess, and then the
Yeah.
next Thursday we're gonna do another one of these, God willing,
God, will-
Just keep
God
going.
God
willing.
willing, smoke.
if
God
Mark
willing.
allows us.
Matt,
I will
Mark,
allow it.
Sam, anything else to
I'm anything. He said Vince Russo wasn't responsible for Austin 316. Stone Cold Steve Austin didn't do shit after Austin 316 until 1997 when Vince Russo was the head of creative.
Boom. Walk it off. Tune into the podcast on Tuesday on all podcast platforms. It also goes into our YouTube channel as well. Make sure you are subscribed to us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Twitch, on Instagram, on TikTok, YouTube, all podcast platforms. Get our merchandise on sale over at tpublic.com. Until next week, stay safe, stay smart, and as always, go for the pin.